Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Belleville. I'm a pre-sales consultant at Bizzdesign, and today I'd like to talk to you about Bizzdesign, our collaborative enterprise architecture platform designed for everyday architects to high-level decision makers. Bizzdesign can make it easy for your organization to align its data, perspectives, and ideas to make well-informed decisions. Let's talk about the structure of Bizzdesign. First, the insight graph. This is our repository. This is where we store our elements, relationship, and data that make up our enterprise. The reason this is important is because we are able to not only model what our enterprise looks like, but explore the interconnective pieces of our enterprise and drill down to the objects that make up the enterprise. If we're using tools such as Visio or Draw.io, we don't have that interconnectivity. We really just have a set of separate pictures in different areas, right? How do we bring data into the system? We can do that through a number of methods. One of them is our open API. We're able to connect to third-party external systems like a CMDB and bring data and push data back into those systems. We also have a Bizzdesign ServiceNow app that allows us to have a direct connection, a direct API connection to ServiceNow, where we can bring data in from ServiceNow and push it out to ServiceNow. We can also ingest structured data through spreadsheet loading or from, like a SQL database into the system. Once we have that data in the system, we can start to model out what our current state and maybe our future state looks like within Bizzdesign, and we can roadmap that out. We have a number of standard modeling notations available within Bizzdesign. Archimate, BPMN, C4, these are all notations that we support, and we have others as well. Once we have a good capture of what our current state looks like, or even some future state scenarios, we can actually start to aggregate that data and roll it up into stakeholder-friendly dashboards. We can also do some on-the-fly visualization generation, where we can generate a heat map based on the data in our repository, or a pie chart, or a donut chart, or even a bar chart, right? We can generate those types of things on the fly within Bizzdesign. Here are some examples of what those visualizations or dashboards might look like. We're able to capture, maybe just our application portfolio, or we can look at candidates for application rationalization. These are the types of things that we, would capture within our repository and then roll up into, like a dashboard or some sort of visualization that a stakeholder would take a look at and make well-informed decisions for change within our organization. Talking about some collaboration features that we have within our tool, we're able to have an audit log of all the changes that are made within our repository, who made those changes, when they made those changes, and why they made those changes. We also have some mechanisms built in to allow architects to work within the same centralized repository without stepping on each other's toes or creating bottlenecks within the organization. We also have the ability to apply governance to our models within Bizzdesign so that there's some standardization around the way we model, right? What are some of the mandatory fields that are required when we create a new application? What are some of the mandatory relationships to other objects like capabilities or technology components that are mandatory when creating or updating an existing application? We have add-ons in place to ensure that we can, create things in a draft area and have some sort of a review workflow to get those things approved and moved into the production area of the repository. We also have add-ins available to exchange data between different environments if you have multiple repositories, and we also have an add-in available to export that data into a PowerPoint or a Word document, and these are live documents that can be contributed to and continued to generate into. So in summary, Bizzdesign is a collaborative enterprise architecture platform. You can model your current state and your future state. We can roadmap out what our future state will look like, and we can analyze that data in a series of stakeholder-friendly dashboards. We have the ability to apply governance to our models and collaborate with other architecture groups, all within a centralized repository that can bring data in from third-party sources through our open API. I hope this was helpful for you. If you guys are interested in biz design further, we have some common use cases that I'll be going through in a video series. You can see some of those common use cases here where we take the strategy side of your organization and connect it down to the execution section of your organization through these common use cases. Thank you for your time.